This is a game of survival. Meet new friends, build kingdoms, and thrive together. First kingdom we introduced was the Kingdom Nuvan, but there are more kingdoms in the lands. Then there was the successful Kingdom of V. It was a great community of comrades. Perfectly built by the king and the people of V. However, there are plenty more kingdoms in these lands where that came from. Join me in the lands of the survival game to see what kingdoms lie in these lands. Blue steel had been reported to have been found near the Kingdom of Nuvan. One day in this hot summer day in the desert lands, there was a lone wolf who founded a settlement called Solo Dolo. Allied with that settlement was a desert kingdom settlement. This kingdom was called Kingdom Monkey. These were small townspeople, good comrades helping and surviving together. The founder of the settlement, Solo Dolo, decided to head towards the mainlands for materials, resources, anything for the benefit of the kingdom. Me and my comrade quickly chop trees and gather anything useful out in the mainlands. During me and my comrades scavenging, we run into a stranger coming off a boat. We both then draw our swords ready for battle. However, this stranger was nice and not looking for trouble. He offered us a ride on his boat and we decided to trust the stranger. But however, later getting off the boat, the stranger turned on us and attacked us with another stranger. He was no one to be trusted. As you see on the left side, he killed off my comrade, getting ready to finish me off. Pause.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
Get over here! Come here! Both the strangers robbed the Solo Dolo settlement, and the founder came back to his settlement without his armor. But luckily, he had built his settlement inside the desert cave, where iron resides, so he was able to craft his iron armor and weapons back in no time. But instead of iron armor, he was able to make a blue steel furnace and crafted blue steel armor instead with a nice long spear ready for strangers. The entrance to the Solo Dolo settlement had at least like 5 gates to enter and exit. no one can get to the iron. A Kingdom Monkey civilian decided to head towards the Solo Dolo settlement to show the founder their new upgrades. Meanwhile, it seemed like Kingdom Monkey was expanding. Kingdom Monkey now had a lovely garden. Later, I've decided to swim back to the mainlands and seek a revenge from the two strangers who robbed me and my comrade. Hopping on shore, I discovered an abandoned settlement. It was owned by some sort of pink-founded settlement. It had a throne and a nice home, but it might have been the stranger's settlement, so I decided to dispose of the area. During my long search for the strangers who attacked me and my comrade, I've decided to collect some meat. Pause!
You're gay! He's gay!
After my meat collection, I've continued my search only to find people lurking in the distance of the mainlands. They might be who I'm looking for, so I decided to pay them a visit. They weren't the strangers I was looking for, but they were attacking a friendly horse, so I intervened. I nearly killed off one of the horse harassers. As he jumped on land, I decided to try and finish him off with my trained archery skills. Later, I spotted some strangers settling on a small island. I've decided to see if they were who I was looking for. It was a man and a woman. They weren't who I was looking for, but the woman wasn't friendly. She attacked me, so we fought. As you can see, the woman had a knife and a shield. The shield protected her for as long as it could, but she was no match for me. After killing off that disturbing, vile, hostile woman, I came across a peasant lurking in the lands, so I've decided to dispose of the peasant. Then I came across another abandoned settlement with farm supply. I couldn't find the strangers I've been looking for, so I collected the meat supplied there.
You're gay! He's gay!
Then later I come across an unfinished abandoned kingdom on an island. Once again, the strangers I've been looking for were nowhere to be seen. One of the homes in the abandoned kingdom had an iron forge, so I crafted a sword and ventured on. Later I ran into two dangerous individuals. They were two obsidian armored knights. I quickly ran past them on my horse as I was no match for them. As one of them, obsidian armored knights fired painful obsidian arrows at me. I was never able to find the two strangers who robbed me and my comrade, but at least I made it back to the settlements safely and unharmed. The people of Kingdom Monkey were happy and healthy, maintaining and sustaining their sacred ground. Because of this, I informed them of the dangers out toward the mainlands. After I informed them, I hopped back on my horse, heading back to the desert cave settlement of Solo Dolo. It was a long day indeed. I mined my iron and decided to rest. Not without cooking up all the meat I collected, of course.
You're gay! He's gay!
After a nice long rest, I've decided to transfer ownership to the Solo Dolo settlement, as I've decided to join a different kingdom to discover. Before leaving the Solo Dolo settlement, I've decided to collect a few materials for the settlement of the Monkey Kingdom. Then I went on and searched for new kingdoms to thrive and settle upon in the mainlands. After a long and hard search, I discovered people who were starting a new kingdom. This was the start of a new kingdom called Kingdom Dragon. And it was owned by a king called Wild E, and with his help, he established a new kingdom. I informed the king that I can help create great kingdom walls. He said okay, so I quickly got to work gathering materials. I nearly clear out the mainland's trees, gathering everything in sight to make a great kingdom. Meanwhile, I find a person who looks strange standing by my horse named Nelly. I couldn't tell if the person was a man or a woman. After my confusion, I venture into the mountain caves, collecting iron for the gate wall and my armor. Leaving the cave, I spotted the strange bearded woman heading towards the cave. I decided to be a gentleman and give her a nice ride along over. However, since I collected all the iron, I gave the kind bearded woman a share of the iron I had. Then I crafted her a boat to leave the cave on some bearded woman simp stuff. Haha! After a long day of gathering materials, I've decided to take a break and settle around the Kingdom Dragon's sacred ground, meeting the new civilians. We all decided to go inside the house as it was getting dark. The Kingdom Dragon civilians settle in. The King Mildy told all the comrades to come inside as he knew he had something to share with the people. However, an assassin trespassed inside our hut and attacked the king. The people acted quickly. The trespasser was killed off by the people of the Dragon Kingdom. However, the King Mildy did not survive and was killed off by the trespasser. In honor of the king's passing, I now work on the walls I so promised for the kingdom he started. After hard work, the walls had been finished and the new king was founded. Later that day, I headed to the desert cave to collect iron, but there was a strange kingdom established there. The kingdom's gate was open, so I decided to trespass, only to find there was nobody home. The place felt strangely eerie and quiet. I found it weird that no one would be guarding this place. With no further questions, I went ahead inside the cave and collected the iron. Later, I found a weird supply of campfires. Everything was so bright, I only wonder who would need all these campfires. There were even more campfires. This neck of the desert lands was strange indeed. Arriving back to the Kingdom of Dragon, I discovered there were even more campfires. Who is making all these campfires, bruh? What the... After crafting my armor, the new king told me to just grab some in the chests inside the house. I thought I had wasted materials. It was hard getting inside the house with all the campfires in the way, but when I got inside, all I seen in the chests was dookie bronze armor. Ew! Later, I lent the king some aid as he told me about the strange kingdom in the desert lands, and that we'll be attacking soon. They were a supposed enemy. I wasn't just lending the king aid, I was giving this nigga too much aid. This nigga needed more aid. This nigga needs more aid. After more aid, we venture off to go attack the people of the unknown desert kingdom. However, leaving the kingdom, a trespasser was spotted. The king fired an arrow disposing of the trespasser. This trespasser was one of the few members left in the unknown desert kingdom. Now me and the king head off to attack. Arriving back to the kingdom, there was once again no one in sight, so we decided to just trash the place. I later discovered that this kingdom was called Kingdom Big Randy. We continued to trash the place. After a job well done, I and the king headed back to the Kingdom Dragon. Suddenly, the king passed away in front of me, leaving me as the last member of Kingdom Dragon. I took a second to grieve in memory of the second king of Dragon. With no civilians left in the Kingdom of Dragon, the place became a ghost town like Kingdom Big Randy. So I decided to abandon the place as the Kingdom of Dragon was no more. It was now just me and my horse named Nelly. I'm now once again in search for a new kingdom to settle upon. On a search for a new kingdom with my horse Nelly, I ventured once again into the desert lands, only to find a flag owned by a ruthless settlement. This flag was a banner owned by the Empire of the Rising Sun, and I find out there's no going back once you see this banner. Out of nowhere, the people of the Rising Sun rushed toward me, and they forced me to praise the flag. The first in command asked if I had coal. I was informed to hand it over or I die. I gave him all the coal I could offer. He asked if I had more and I said no. So instead he told me to praise the banner of the Rising Sun, or die. I told the man that I understood, so then I was going to praise, but then I watched him kill my horse Nelly. After I witnessed this man kill off my beloved horse Nelly, I began to praise the almighty flag of the Empire of the Rising Sun. After that, the Black Iron Samurai decided to let me join the Empire, saying I shall be a great warrior. I told the Black Iron Samurai that his first in command killed off my horse Nelly. He humbly apologized for his actions. I guess Nelly did have a bit of an attitude. Then the first in command gave me the honorable position of His Majesty's Shrine Guard, and I was obligated to kill anyone who refused to praise the flag of the Empire of the Rising Sun. Then the first in command decided to give me an honorable gift of 50 healthy meats. Wait, oh hell no.
You're gay! He's gay!
Later I find a trespasser lurking on the Empire's sacred ground. I quickly confront the trespasser, ready to make him praise. The first in command ordered the trespasser to give him coal. Coal was given, although it wasn't enough. He wanted all of it. The trespasser didn't have any more coal, so instead he lended stone, and then he became our newest respected member of the Empire. Another trespasser was found and confronted by the first in command of the Empire. Meanwhile, I decided to head into the desert cave where Iron resides. All, of course, while eating my chicken! Lava! Chicken!
Steve's lava chicken, yeah, it's tasty as hell. Ooh, mama, see tonight you're ringing the bell.
However, a trespasser beat me to the cave. I quickly confronted the trespasser. I demanded the trespasser to give me iron or he dies by rule of the Empire, as he was a trespasser. After that, I told him to follow me to the Empire flag so he can praise the rising sun. Once we made it to the flag, he was ordered to praise, otherwise he will die by my hands if he so refuses. He praised and is now a respected member of the Empire of the Rising Sun. The desert was the Empire's sacred ground, and the Black Iron Samurai warns other travelers not to enter or they will die. One day, a trespasser on a horse decided to pick at the Empire. The Empire came forth and tried attacking the man. As the lingering horseman tries to run, I fire a dozen arrows while the other members charge. The lingering horseman carried a deadly powerful scythe. He was clearly a threat to the Empire. We kept chasing him and trying to attack. But we couldn't reach. His horse was too fast. God knows how long the entire Empire was chasing this man on the horse. We were dedicated in getting him off our sacred ground. It was midnight and the lingering horseman was still lingering. Luckily, the Black Iron Samurai kept a horse of his own, and he helped us chase down the lingering horseman. The Black Iron Samurai decided to chase the lingering horseman into the canyons. Me and the first in command decided to follow. No matter how long we searched, we couldn't keep up. and we lose both the Black Iron Samurai and the Lingering Horseman. The Lingering Horseman still lingered on our lands, as the Empire got tired of chasing him around all day. The Black Iron Samurai was still on his tail. We were not going to prevail. As the Lingering Horseman gets chased closer by me, I swing my sword viciously, missing every swing. I switch to my arrows after hoping to kill off the Lingering Horseman's horse. Suddenly, the first in command came back with a horse, joining the Black Iron Samurai in the chase of the Lingering Horseman. The chase had came to a pause after they rammed the man into the sea. After they got done chasing, I fired my arrows at the Lingering Horseman while he struggles in the sea, tormenting one last time. Didn't kill off the Lingering Horseman, but he was gone for now, giving the Empire time to rest and settle and finally at peace on their sacred ground of the rising sun. I argued that I miss my horse Nelly, as I could have been more useful with him in our previous battle. So with that, I ventured on into the mainlands and searched for a new Nelly as I catch a trespasser lurking while I was heading out. I dispose of the trespasser and swim in the water to collect the trespasser's loot. While in the mainland searching for a new Nelly, I came across an elephant and a horse, both owned by someone. However, the elephant and horse couldn't be killed. It's like they were cursed with a magic spell of immortality. I wonder who did it. I searched long and hard. I finally found another horse to call my Nelly. I quickly tamed the horse and I headed back to the Empire, ready to defend our sacred ground and chase off the Lingering Horseman. And with that, I, who once was a lone wolf in the settlement of Solo Dolo, then joined forces with the Kingdom of Dragon, has found his people and lived for the Empire of the Rising Sun.